Hey Nintendo fans, it's Shaywitz here, and Pokémon Sun and Moon is just around the corner. We've had so many new Pokémon revealed, interesting features such as Z moves and Poké Ride, and a lot of hints that Sun and Moon may be changing up the formula in big ways. While I am excited for these changes, it got me thinking about all the features that I really love from past games that I hope make their way into the 7th generation of Pokémon. Here's my top 10 personal favorite features from past Pokémon games that I want back.
Number 10.
Secret bases. With the super secret bases, we saw an extensive list of extra things to do. NPC pals that could gather items for you, flag gathering, and even setting up a grunt in your base with a team of Pokemon that others could battle. This resulted in some of the community helping everybody out by creating those Blissey bases, which featured grunts with stacked Blissies, easy knockouts, and a ton of experience for everybody. It's a lot of fun making your own customizable room Animal Crossing style, and I really hope that this doesn't remain an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire only revival. With more customization, bigger rooms, and maybe a way to just make your own base outside of using the move's secret power, it could be an awesome staple in the Pokemon series.
Number 9.
Pokemon capture games. In a series that uses the motto, "Gotta catch 'em all," it's so weird to see all the fun of catching in Pokemon slowly being phased out. While again, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire did bring us the Safari Zone back, it did remove the game element from it. And yes, maybe the first generation's idea of throwing rocks at Pokemon was a little bad. Don't throw rocks at animals. But Ruby and Sapphire did away with the rocks entirely, and it was a nice, wholesome experience. In Johto, we also saw the bug catching contest 3 days a week. In addition to finding some pretty strong fully evolved bugs, you could also earn the ever-important Elemental Evolution Stones for catching the best bug during the contest. Capture contests are cool, and I'd like to see more fun games focused on hunting for specific Pokemon in different ways.
Number 8.
The radio. Another throwback to the Generation 2 games, the radio was not only a functional part of the story, but also allowed the simple pleasure of music selection. Granted, a small selection, but still, it was something. If you're the kind of trainer that sticks to a single route to hunt down all the Pokemon there, it can be a nice change of pace for when you're sick of hearing the Runes of Elf theme loop for the 1000th time because you just need Unknown Q, but all you're finding is all the other alphabet bits and pieces that aren't Q. Oh yeah, and the Pokemon Lullaby channel would sometimes make wild encounters appear already asleep, which was super functional for catching new Pokemon. And of course, it was always comforting that no matter where you traveled, you could always pop open Professor Oak's Pokemon Talk and bring the fun.
Number 7.
Soaring! Definitely the newest feature on this list, Soaring was a great late-game addition to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. After obtaining the Eon Flute, you could just fly for free, without having a Pokemon in your party that knows fly. Just play a little tune and away you go. It frees up a spot in your party or moveset to get rid of an HM, and also adds Sky Encounters, Mirage spots to find legendary Pokemon from previous games, and most importantly, sick aerial tricks. With Poké Ride, I'm hoping that Soaring returns to Sun and Moon. In fact, I'm hoping it removes all the HMs for good, but if that's not the case, at the very least, I would love to fly through the beautiful Alolan Islands with the Soaring mechanic.
Number 6.
A competitive rival. Friendship's great and all, but nothing's more satisfying than wiping that cocky grin off your jerk rival's face when you beat their team. But only a few of your rivals are actually competitive in Pokemon. We've got Gary, Silver, maybe Hugh? Hugh's kinda dumb. I think it's about time that Pokemon went back to its roots for a rival. Somebody that isn't necessarily on the evil team or trying to take over the world, just a regular, unabashed jerk. We have already been shown the easygoing How in Sun and Moon, so it's probably not going to happen, but who knows? Maybe he's actually a monster deep down. I'll wait for Gen 8.
Number 5.
The Game Corner. Now, I'm not encouraging gambling, but come on, Pokemon, where's my dang gambling? The Game Corner was a staple of past games, but the change in the way that Europe rates games with gambling elements is a likely culprit for its removal. Even the Virtual Console re-release of the original games got a freaking PEGI 12. I wouldn't be against some alterations to make the idea a bit more kid-friendly, like what they did with Heart Gold and Soul Silver by switching from slot machines to the Voltorb flip game. It was really heartbreaking to see the Mauville Game Corner close down on Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, It would be nothing short of tragic if we never got to hear that hype Game Corner tune again.
Number 4.
A true final boss. Think of one moment from Pokémon that really deserves the word epic. Just think for a second. I bet a good majority of you pictured the top of Mount Silver with the true final battle in Generation 2 against Red. Having a definitive final boss to that fight made Gold and Silver stand out in a huge way. And Emerald brought us a similar battle with Steven Stone in Meteor Falls, but since then we really haven't had something that quite lives up to that hype. None of this Essentia, Zinnia, half-boss garbage. I want the real deal, 6-on-6 battles with the most powerful trainer the Pokemon world has to offer. It shouldn't just be tough, it should be epic too.
Number 3.
Anything new with Pokeballs. Man, Game Freak sure hates Pokeballs, huh? From Johto's Kurt, who would forge unique Pokeballs out of Apricorns, to Diamond and Pearl's Ball Seals, allowing you to give each Pokemon in your party a custom entry into the field, Pokeballs have had some fantastic features and so many of them are gone. Sure, we still have unique Pokeballs to catch Pokemon in unique situations, but we haven't seen a single new Pokeball in 10 years. And no, the Park Ball and the Dream Ball don't count. Surely the ideas haven't run completely dry for Pokeball features. Surely someone out there could think up of cool, reasonable, and balanced new Pokeballs. Perhaps in some kind of video. Some kind of video airing next week. Someone should do that.
Number 2.
The Battle Frontier. After everything is said and done, the evil team stopped, the Elite Four soundly defeated, I know I'm not alone in saying that I don't want to stop there. Emerald's Battle Frontier, and even Black and White's Battle Subway to some extent, held long-lasting post-game appeal. The Battle Mazen in Gen 6 just doesn't cut it for me. It's long, it's straightforward, it's boring, and I swear the AI cheats. A lot. In general, having a compelling post-game battle-focused area also keeps your skills honed. With the push for a bigger and better VGC every year, it's surprising that we haven't seen a Battle Frontier return with a VGC-focused area to train new players and keep us all interested in the competitive season. There's a ton of potential, and I just hope that Sun and Moon doesn't let us down.
Number 1.
Pokémon Companions. Come on, it was obvious. This is the feature that is universally loved and wanted by all. Pokémon that follow you around. Originally from Pokemon Yellow just with Pikachu, it was ramped up to another level in Heart Gold Soul Silver, which featured literally every single Pokemon available as a potential buddy to walk around with. Granted, I think we all know that this would be more difficult with the newer 3D games and the new models and the roster pushing 800 Pokemon to have a model for each individual one, but if there's any possible way for this to return, please Game Freak, make it happen. I would even accept weirdly sized versions of the Pokemon again if you gotta scale them down to fit. I'd chill with the tiny Wailord. Give me some companions. Through the 20 years of Pokemon games, we've seen some amazing features and some not so amazing ones too. I'm sure Sun and Moon will have plenty of awesome new additions for us, and I can't wait to dig into those. I just hope they bring some good stuff from the past too. Thanks for watching today's video. If you want to see more stuff to get you excited for Pokemon Sun and Moon, click right here. And don't forget to subscribe to see more videos in the future. I'll catch you guys next time with more Nintendo content.